So parts of the camera. The single most important component of camera is the 12 inches behind it. A quotation from Ansel Adams, there's no mistaking that modern digital cameras are complex machines. There are tons of cameras, parts that make them work properly and record image as you instructed the camera to do. But the question is, what are the essential parts of a camera? Number one is body. First, the camera body is the most definitely the primary part of a photography. Cameras come in different shape, size, among different brands. The main function of any camera are the resolution of every image, burst speed, and the shutter speed. The resolution is the number of pixels that the image of every camera will display. Burst speed, the burst speed is this number of image the camera can capture in a second. Shutter speed, a camera shutter speed will contain sits in front of the camera sensor and remains closed until a shot is taken. So the second one is the lens. The lens, which though is not technically part of the SLR camera or mirrorless cameras. It's the first component of making cameras work. Its job is to gather and focus light by using a series of glass elements inside its barrel. The light that comes to the lens is bent so it's directly into the camera's imaging sensor, which lies into the body of the camera. It is on the imaging sensor where the information about the light coming through the lens is recorded. Obviously, the lens is a crucial component of this process, as without it, the light will not be direct into the camera sensor. The third is we have the camera sensor. Clearly, one of the most important parts of cameras is the imaging sensor. As noted earlier, the sensor is where the focus light from the lens is directly recorded. The information about light is recorded by million photosites or pixels. Imaging sensors are measured is megapixels, like 12 megapixels and 24 megapixels. So this camera is 24 megapixels. Each megapixel contains 1 million pixels as you may image. The more pixels there are, the more light information that can be captured. As a result, this image is generally of a higher quality. The lower megapixel image, at least from the standpoint of color, condition, redemption, contrast, and dynamic range, to name a few. For the parts of camera, we have the camera body, which houses a lot of the internal components of the camera. The easy way to think of the camera body is everything except the lens. Then we also have the lenses which gather light, focus it directly to a series of glass elements where the focus light hits the camera sensor. Lastly, we have the camera imaging sensor, which recorded the light from the lens. The larger the camera sensor, the more capable is the recording information about color, contrast, and so forth.